When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.
Here we go again.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello. How are we doing? How we feeling, everybody? This is hump day, y'all. Thanksgiving Eve, y'all gonna eat dressing and sweet potato pie and cake and turkey. Chicken if you can't get a turkey. I don't know if you can't get a turkey. I got a confession. I actually miss cooking that food. I miss cooking for family because I never celebrated Thanksgiving. Just to be honest, never celebrated Thanksgiving, but that didn't mean that I didn't enjoy like the getting together with the family and cooking the dinner. As I tell you this much, your girl can throw down an entire Thanksgiving dinner by herself. She could do it. I've done it on many occasions. Many occasions. So it's actually, yes, I am real life tours. Yes, I'm Muslim. So, didn't celebrate the so-called holiday, but I definitely enjoyed like the getting together with the family and the doing that type of cooking and stuff like that. It can be fulfilling. It actually can be fulfilling. Because we used to make it an event, It's like when I got my sister to start helping me and like basically teaching her how to cook like that. You in the kitchen and you baking stuff up. It's actually really cool. Thank you, Mogul Maze. Thank you so much for kicking off the contributions. Much appreciated. We got a wonderful show for you guys today. Thank you, Pharaoh. Say you should open a restaurant. I would go daily. It's so much work. It's so much work. The restaurant. But I do enjoy cooking though. I do enjoy the cooking. More than the cooking, you know what I really enjoy? And I don't know if I know other women could relate to it. You like seeing people enjoy what you made. Simple pleasures in life. Hundani say he gonna reheat some food. Oh. But what are we talking about today? Black women sacrificing everything for happiness. And you know, I thought about that because that seems to be, that's the new go-to for when black women want to act a fool. When black women want to act stupid, when they want to be destructive, when they want to be able to do whatever they want to do, they start talking about searching for their happiness. They start talking about their peace of mind. They start talking about their mental health. They start talking about finding themselves. These have all become buzzwords. These have all become more than buzzwords. They've become excuses for bad behavior. And the thing that's one of the things I actually find very, sometimes I struggle with the word that I really want to say that's really applicable to this. Because it's so disappointing to watch black women make up stuff and take good and make it bad. I think that's what bothered me the most. To take things that are meant to be positive, that are meant to be good, that are meant to, you know what I mean, improve you as a person, and then take those concepts and ideas and make them the cover for doing everything opposite of that. And it really is the essence of making good deeds bad and bad deeds good. Making good deeds bad and bad deeds good. To interchange the good for the evil and the evil for the good, which is a hallmark of demons, the devil, Shaitan. Thank you, Miss Lou Casey. It's a hallmark of being in that energy. Thank you, Andrew said, are they ever really happy though? Most BWs I know date and use up as many men and women as they choose. They still are mean and complain. And we're going to get to that because they aren't really happy. They sacrifice everything for the happiness that they never actually get. And they don't actually get the happiness because they're not looking for happiness. But we're going to peel back the layers of that because they're not actually, happiness is not what they're looking for. It is an excuse to hide behind what they really do. Thank you, Professor. Said they're all chameleons. That's why they can't keep it up when being in an institution like marriage. Exactly. And thank you, son Judas, Isaiah 5:20, King James Version. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Exactly. Precisely what I'm talking about. It's a demonic energy. It's a demonic mindset. This is why we say they be on demon time. Like, I'm not playing when I say that. It sound kind of catchy or what have you, but at the same time, it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. It's really the root of the truth. It's really the root of it all. Because we have to understand this is what we mean by spiritual warfare. This is what we mean by that. By dealing with things in a spiritual way. Dealing with the abstract of what's happening. Not only the concrete physical thing that's going on in front of us, but getting down to what energy is it coming from? Where is this coming from? What is the driving force or forces behind what we see? And I'm not going to make this into a spiritual live stream and things of that nature, but we do have to point to that. We do have to point to it, because when we talk about the concept of happiness, that's an energy. Thank you, Frederick said Eddie Murphy's voice. Good is evil, evil is good. Precisely. So when we watch things like what Tia Mowry is doing, I'm still triggered by her, by the way. When we watch stuff like what Tia Mowry is doing, and not just her, when we look at all the various examples that we have over social media of Black women coming out and saying all of these different things, they coming out and admitting their body counts. They coming out and admitting their choices, the stuff that they doing. They coming out crying about raising kids, about being mothers, about working, about being wives, about being girlfriends, about or not being them things. And all of that, so they cry and they complain and they run their mouth, and it's double speak. They wagging, they're speaking out of both ends, out of both sides of their mouth. Because on the one end, all of this stuff is uplifting and empowering, and they just having fun. Because we're going to talk about, and later on, not right now, but I'm going to talk about Summer Walker. Are y'all familiar with Summer Walker, that singer? See, these ratchet, she got a we ain't even going, I'm going to save it for later. But we take a look at all of these females, these Black females that are perpetuating all of this foolishness. And they talk out of both sides of their mouths. Because on the one hand, single motherhood is this tragic, horrible thing that is a hardship on them, and that they wish that they didn't have to do. And they're being put into these predicaments and situations, and it's outside of it's outside of their control and all that type of stuff. And then on the other hand, they don't want to be condemned for these choices. And when you start digging into them choices, well, sis, how did you get there? Now, you know, they do what they want to do, and they grown, and you can't tell them what to do. So the search for happiness, the search for peace, is used as an excuse for bad behavior, because in the eyes of the hyenas, happiness is directly attached to doing what she wants without restraint, without any check, without any accountability, without any judgment, without any consequence or negative repercussion. Happiness in the eyes of the hyena, when these chicks are using this term, what they mean is that they are searching for a way to do what she want to do without any restraint, without any check, without any accountability, without any judgment, without any consequence or negative repercussion. That is happiness. That is what Tia was talking about on that interview. That's what they talking about, finding themselves. That's what Jada was talking about when she was trying to excuse her entanglement with August. You know, and I was just finding myself, and I was really trying to just find who I was and my happiness and blah, blah, blah. And I was really hurt, and I was really alone, and da, 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 da. You know, all these different excuses. And the happiness, the search for happiness always end up on some D. Y'all notice that? The search for happiness always end up with some D somewhere. Somewhere. And it's got to be an illicit man. It cannot be their husband, whether they married or not. It is not ever with their husband. It is always with some illicit man somewhere. How you doing, Darius? Said, I was watching your video lyrics to Nut Quick. Your analysis was funny and spot on. Thank you so much. August done came out as fruity, by the way. Let that marinate. Anyway, she doesn't want any consequence. She doesn't want any check. I want to be able to do what I want to do. And I don't want nobody to say nothing about it. I want to engage in destructive behavior. And black women think that if they say every action that she do can be excused or it can be overlooked, if they say they did it to secure their peace, to secure their mental health, to secure their happiness, and to be free, right? Or she finding herself. Thank you, Stephen Harris. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you, Willie Walker. So you're the heir apparent to Shahrazad Ali. No question. Thank you so much. She believes every action that she do can be excused if she says she's looking for herself. If she says she's looking for peace. You know, and that's what's going on right about now. Every destructive thing that a black woman can do, other black women will get behind it and support it. If she says she was looking for herself or looking for happiness, then other women will jump in and say, you know, it's nothing more important than your peace of mind. It's nothing more important than your happiness. So it is being used as an excuse to do things like break your marriage. Perfectly good marriage that can be saved or improved, doesn't need to be broken, doesn't need to be split up. Perfectly good relationship or a relationship that need minor tweaks in order to strengthen it, in order to make it better. Perfectly good, but I want to break it. Because why? My happiness is attached to what? Doing what I want to do without no restraint, without no check, without no repercussion. Thank you, Chano. So that definition of happiness circumvents a man's problem solving. Precisely. Because it goes directly into chaos. The happiness is attached to the chaos. So I can break my marriage now. I can completely leave all of my responsibilities, all of the things that I said I would do. I could just throw it up in the air and be done with it. Thank you, Devon said, in Power Book 3, Rock lied to her son, Kanan, his whole life about who his father was, saying she was protecting him, but she was protecting herself. You know, I have never watched Power, but thank you so much. So finding my happiness, I can break people's hearts. I can ruin somebody else's life because I am looking for my happiness. I can abandon my children. I can choose not to raise them. I can put them in whatever situation that I want to put them in because I'm looking for my happiness. Thank Thank you, Datorian. This is a big one. I'm looking for my happiness so I can get ran through now. I use sex and being for the streets to find myself. I utilize sex and being ran through and being for the streets as a mechanism to find myself. And every bad decision I make during that ought to be excused because I was just looking for my happiness. I was just finding myself. I was just looking for peace. I was just trying to fill this void in my life. So I ran from man to man to man to man. Sometimes from woman to woman to woman. I broke people. I hurt people. I was disloyal to people. I was dishonest to people. I sowed a lot of bad seeds. And I should not reap what I sowed because I was looking for my happiness when I sowed it. I'm looking for my happiness so I get to act selfishly in every area of my life. I get to only think of, because when you think about it, that is why they celebrated Tia. For being selfish, for putting herself first. She said it. I knew it was time to go. I knew it was time to break my marriage and my family and my home because I wanted to be selfish. I wanted to feel a certain way. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And I didn't want to have to check in with my husband. I didn't want to have to think about the ramifications of my actions with my children. I didn't want to have to consider what my actions and things like that, how those things would affect my family. I don't know. I'm tired of considering that. Sick of it. So I get to be completely selfish now. I get to think about me while my children are school age. It's disgusting to me. She's going around doing a divorce tour happy. I haven't seen no TikTok where them kids is happy about not being in the house with their dad. Corey still ain't said nothing publicly. Not really. He's certainly not doing a divorce tour and talking about how happy he is now that she gone. Thank you, Eugene. Say happiness is something that an individual should have established. When you get into a relationship or marriage, the other person can either extend that happiness or interfere with it precisely. See, you ought to be at peace with yourself. We're going to get to that. I get to sever various different relationships in my life. I get to betray friendships and I get to cut people off because I'm looking for my happiness. So I get to not talk to this friend and that friend. I get to act funny. I get to betray friendships, long-standing relationships. I get to let people, I get to make people be holding the bag because I've decided that in order to maintain my happiness or my mental health, I gotta just jet off, no excuse, no looking after nobody, no making sure that people are okay. Just leave people holding the bag, having to scramble to pick up the pieces that I dropped. And I get to say, I don't care. I get to leave work suddenly. Tell them I'm not coming in tomorrow. Well, we got a big project that you're a major part of. Yeah, well, I just decided that for my mental health, I can't come in anymore. People were counting on you to do certain things or to come through in certain ways, and you didn't do that. And that has to be excused because I was looking for my happiness. I get to have little or no regard for other people's feelings, for other people's time, for other people's life, for other people's anything. I don't have to think about that anymore. See, because that's where that feeling of freedom is coming from. That's why they be so happy. Because for a moment, they get to try to live in a fantasy world that's not real. Thank you, John. Say happiness comes and goes. What's wrong with content? Precisely. And thank you. The feeling of joy, that unbridled feeling of freedom and finally having a weight lifted off of you, comes from the following fantasy. Thank you, Anthony. Said this is why men are looking for their happiness elsewhere. Precisely. That feeling of freedom is coming from the fantasy that I don't have no strings on me. I don't have to be responsible for other people. I don't have to pour into anybody. I don't have to pay attention to anybody. I don't have to be accountable anywhere. I don't have to be responsible for nothing. I don't have no duties. I don't have anything. It's an attempt to return to a time in their life where they really didn't have to. And that was childhood. The last time any human being didn't really have a whole lot of responsibilities on them was when they was like toddlers. When you're 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, you don't have nothing to do. There aren't any responsibilities attached to you. Nobody's counting on you to do anything but be a toddler. Nobody's looking for you to be nothing but what you are. Thank you, Ruckus. Says she had a mental breakdown in front of our eyes. She is not happy and her reality is in her mind only. I'm going to have to go on a break soon, but they want to return to that childlike state. To let go of the responsibility of being an adult, at least partially. But there's only really one way that women get a little bit of that, a little taste of that. Because what they really trying to do is release the burden that they put on themselves by being gynocrats and trying to be men. It's the burden that they put on themselves by being gynocrats and trying to be men. When you spend your whole life as a woman trying to be a man, and we not built for that life, we are not built for the stress that come with that. We are not built with the rigor for the rigor that come with that, the consistent mental stress of that. We are not built for that. That's where these breaks be coming from. They be having breakdowns and all that foolishness. And I'm saying it's foolishness because it's self-inflicted. 9 times out of 10, that's a self-inflicted wound. I got a lot to say, but after these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey y'all, Donnie Keith here, aka Auntie Peaches from the Aunties Radio Show, also on The Voice of Reason. I'm here to say that ever since my man started taking A game, he's been on top of his A game. What? When I say A game, I mean his A game. He's more focused. He's definitely working out more. His attitude is better. And he's not complaining of all over body aches due to poor blood circulation, because A-Game provides great blood circulation, if you know what I mean, ladies. That blood circulation. Sometimes I have to hide the A-Game in the bushes when I'm out walking the dog just because I want some sleep, if you know what I mean, ladies. Stay on top of your A-Game, fellas. Get your A-Game.
Thank you, Pharaoh. Said, because you and your great mind would marry me, I'm in a corner crying, singing "Do for Love." Just know you're always welcome in my arms. Thank you so much, Pharaoh. We've been on our A game all week, right? And I got a surprise for y'all towards the end of the week. Y'all are gonna love it. But the first thing I need you to love is A game, right? We gotta always be on our A game. Every single day, every time. And the only way to really maintain that kind of level of energy and all of that is to get A game, right? Lionesses, I know that you are looking out for the health of the men in your family. You want to be able to help support their health. You want to be able to help support their vitality, their energy, their strength, and their libido, because you want to, that's a good problem to have hide A game in the bushes. That's a good problem. Trust and believe that problem is good, right? But all jokes aside, A game is the #1 health solution for men. And what makes it so awesome is the fact that it is natural, right? Without any artificial ingredients or anything like that. Nothing to make you crash. Nothing to make a man have all of these different side effects. It is just 100% natural, 21 herbs that addresses his overall health and makes him feel the best that he has probably ever felt or felt in a long time. So if you want to become part of the A Game family, all you got to do is hit the link at the top of the chat agameherbal.com. Please do not forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10, and you can have A Game delivered to you ASAP. Okay? One moment, please. Thank you. Why is happiness so elusive to Black women? Why is that the new thing for women to say, I'm looking for my happiness, I'm doing this, I'm doing that? Because you live outside of your nature, beloved. You're not women. And you don't want to be women. You don't like being women. You despise being women. You allowed feminism to tell you you didn't have to be women, and that it was weak to be a woman, and that it was a bad thing to be a woman, and that you were going to be taken advantage of by the men if you were a woman. So you stay angry. This is where y'all anger come from. This is where your mental health problem come from. This is where all of that having anxiety and depression, and you consistently mad at everybody and nobody can do right by you, and you know what I'm saying, everything is a problem. You stay in that type of energy. You stay in the, you know what I'm saying, I'm ready to pop off. I'm ready to cuss somebody out. I'm ready to get out there and windmill. I'm ready to do all of this foolishness, show my butt, show my behind. I'm ready to do that because I'm outside of my nature all the time. I don't embrace and don't embody any form of femininity. Tia don't know how to do it. I'm back on her head. Because you know what's wrong with Tia? I'm going to tell you what's really wrong with her. She wants a better man. She wants a better man. The problem is that Tia does not know how to make Corey a better man. See, because y'all operate outside of your nature so much, you don't know how to work your hypergamy. You don't know what to do with that. You think hypergamy means go find another man that's better than the one you got. That's what y'all think hypergamy is. And you practice it so badly and so consistently like that, that you got everybody else thinking that's what hypergamy is, and it's not. Hypergamy can be this beautiful thing that women do in order to get a different man in the same body. Case in point, which is why Gucci Mane married her. Keisha Kaur. Gucci Mane married her. He married her. Had kids, buying everything. Because apparently Keisha knew how to use her hypergamy. She wanted Gucci. She also wanted a better man. But she didn't go get a different man. She boosted him to go up a notch. This is what a woman's hypergamy is. Thank you, Matrix. Said if they can become virgins again, they would. Keep cooking. So instead of him giving her money when he went away and was incarcerated, instead of her taking everything he had and him coming back to nothing, he actually came back to her double and triple what he gave her. That is how she practiced hypergamy with him. With him. without leaving, add something else to him. Add something else to him. I don't know her. I don't keep up with her. But this is the story that Gucci told about her. And this was the reason that he gave for marrying her. So I'm just going by what Gucci said. That is how hypergamy is supposed to work. Tia wanted a better man. Tia wanted Corey to be better in some aspect, but she did not understand how to utilize her hypergamy to do that. So instead, she divorced him. Wrong move. That is not how you do that. That's not how you get what you're trying to get. You're supposed to be able to push your man in a positive direction and inspire him to do more in any one of them areas, whether it's spiritual, whether it's health, whether it is family, whether it is appearance, whether it is dwelling, whether it's mobility, whether it's education, whether it's profession, whether it's leisure, or whether it's wealth, any one of them, a woman's job is to inspire her husband to do better in one or more of them areas. Not leave him. Not break the family up. Not break him down. Not break your children's legacies. Hyenas believe that that is how hypergamy works. Just interchange men. When you get tired of one, just dump him and go to another one. That's not how that goes at all. It's the wrong move. But we're going to get into some other things. That's kind of an aside for the hypergamy thing. Y'all don't understand that. And when I say y'all, I mean hyenas don't understand that. Hyenas have no idea what I'm talking about. Modern women of today have no idea what hypergamy is. See, our grandmothers used to practice proper hypergamy, right? She knew what her black man was going through, and so she consistently encouraged and supported him. And that's why the marriage rate was higher then. She knew she could make him better. She knew that her encouragement would spur him. Thank you, Paul Bunyan said, "We see you, sister, and we're grateful for you. Thank you." And thank you. Men get inspired by a woman's femininity. Men get inspired by the energy she comes from. When she's coming from that feminine power, that is hypergamy. That is why men become so loyal and they be so grateful for a woman that he gets when he's at a certain level, and she uses her femininity to inspire him more and more and more until he gets to these levels in his life of success. Only hyenas worry about, when he get on, he leave you for a white girl. Only gynocrats worry about that. Lionesses don't worry about that, because we never set it up where we were solving his problems for him. We did our part, which was actual support in a feminine energy. Thank you, Lydell said on the wood. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. A lioness understands that support is not. See, let me explain something before I get back to, because this is layered. We're going to get back to the happiness thing. But I have to get through these layers, right? Because hyenas do not know how to support men. They think supporting men means get a man and then give him everything. Give him a place to stay, give him a car, give him money, go find a job for him, go find him something to do, buy all his clothes, pay for all his haircuts, do all of this other stuff. That is not what men looking for. And I know this is difficult for a lot of females to understand. If you stuck in masculine energy, you actually don't get it. You don't get the difference. Thank you, Julia. Said hyenas only care about riding CCs and staying loyal to the sisterhood. Exactly. Thank you, L Factor. Said thank you, Kendra. Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much. See, and it's coming from the reason why it don't work for y'all. The reason why it don't work, and then y'all be getting bitter and y'all get mad at the men for quote unquote using you, is a couple of reasons. First of all, it's the spirit that it's done out of. You are not trying to better this man for the sake of bettering the man just because you want to see him better. You be trying to invest so that he owe you. You understand what I mean? You know how you do something for somebody, but you only doing it so that they can owe you something, so that you can always have something to hold over their head. You can always be able to say, remember when you didn't have nothing and I pulled you up? Remember when you didn't have this and you didn't have that, and I was the one that made sure you could do this, and I was the one that made sure that you could do that, and I was the one that, see, it's done out of a demonic spirit. That's a demonic spirit right there, because it's negative. That's why it don't never work. This is why when he get up on his feet, he leave you behind. He leave you behind. You set that up though. Thank you, Jamil. Said Tia wanted Corey's bad side, but didn't know how to bring it out of him. Precisely. See, Tia want her hair pulled. You understand what I'm talking about? Tia want her hair pulled. You get me? She didn't know how to bring that out of Corey. She didn't know what to do to bring that side of him out. That's the part she wanted. He had everything else. She actually don't deny that he has everything else, because she openly said, he need to be the father of my children. This is an awesome dude. Like, this man is awesome. He's an awesome man. My children need him as a father. Right? They're not going to do well without him as a dad. Wonderful father. He actually was a good husband as well. But she needed that other side of him. She know how. See, that's hypergamy too. To bring out that other side of him. Now she gonna go get it from another man, but that man not gonna pour nothing into her. He he gonna drain her. See, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't get it. When I say y'all, I mean the hyenas. Y'all don't get it. That's why y'all be drained. Because you go and get that experience from men that don't love you. You go and get that experience from men that don't cover you. From men that don't even like you or respect you. That don't do nothing but drain you. That don't pour into you at all. There is no reciprocation there. Thank you. We'll be back. So the streets will let her know that Sister Fame was a long time ago. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm talking about. She's still wrong. Tia's wrong from the rooter to the tutor. Because whatever he was doing or not doing in that bedroom, she stayed for 20 years for it. You understand that? That's the other side of that. The other side of that is that whatever he was or was not in that bedroom, she stayed for 20 years and 2 kids. So it's still her fault. Still on her. Still shouldn't have left. You still broke your family. But in any case, y'all do this wrong. Y'all do hypergamy the wrong way. When you support your man the proper way, he don't leave later on. Y'all be in y'all masculine energy trying to help somebody that you don't really want to help. You just want leverage. When a lioness does it, first of all, we don't do it like that. We do not do it that way. Y'all try to put that off on us, but we don't do that way. Thank you to Renzo, said the etymology of bad, inadequate, unsatisfactory, worthless, unfortunate, late 14th century, wicked, evil, vicious, counterfeit, words cast spells. Never forget that. Even changing definitions. Exactly. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Terenzo. Lionesses don't even do it like that. We don't get, thank you, Theo Johnson. Lionesses don't do that. We don't attempt to solve all this man's problems and think he's supposed to be thankful to us for that. It breeds resentment is what that does. And y'all don't get that. Hyenas don't get it. Lionesses get it. Lions get it. The proper way to actually support is to get right into your feminine energy. Go right into your feminine energy. Stop trying to solve this man's problems for him. It emasculates him. That's where the resentment comes from. You don't put your D away. You having a D swinging contest with him. He don't like that. Now, if he real down bad, he'll utilize it in order to get where he going. But lionesses don't do that. We put ourselves under the leadership of men that have the promise of leadership. See, that is the potential that we go for. Y'all fail because y'all be going for the potential of whether or not this dude can make a certain amount of money. And whether or not he can get into a certain profession. And whether or not, you know what I mean? So he may or may not do it that way. You want to be able to direct his steps. And that's not how that go. That's not the potential that you're supposed to be marrying a man for.
What you really should be seeing in him is all the stuff that I talked about yesterday as a husband, his leadership quality, his ability to be decisive, his ability to have foresight, his ability to solve problems, his ability to manage and influence others. As a young man in his 20s, he's not going to have all of them things at the level they're supposed to be, but he's going to have the makings of it. He's going to have the makings of it. And we as women know what that looks like. When a man have the makings, when the foundation is good. Thank you, 39 Dina. We know when a man's foundation is good. Like, okay, this the type of dude that's gonna make it. He gonna make it by hook or by crook. He gonna always make it because of who he is. Because of what's inside of him. So because I'm in tune with what's inside of this man, I'm able to put myself under his leadership before the bag, before we get the big house, before we get the nice car, before we get the hundreds of thousands or the millions of dollars, before all of that can come into fruition. I know it's going to come into fruition because this isn't the type of man that money make him. He make the money. He makes it what it is, not the other way around. This is why we want men that have that drive, because we understand that he's embodying these certain traits that are always going to lead to success. He live his life a certain way. We don't have to solve his problems for him. He's just at a certain point in his life where he has not amassed all of this stuff. He may not have even mastered his leadership yet, but it's there. So what I'm going to do is be patient in his leadership. He's going to make certain stumbles and mistakes. I'm going to be patient with that because I can see what kind of man this is. This is what a lioness thinks. So I'm going to jump right into my feminine energy with him. Thank you, Shocks, and marrying the man, not the moment. Exactly. I'm going to jump right into my feminine energy with him. And I'm going to support him. I'm going to support him. When he come to me with his vision, I'm not going to stand in the way. I'm not going to be an obstacle. I'm not going to present things that discourage and deter him from it. I'm not even going to be in that energy. When he asks me for help or he give me tasks to do that are in support of what he's doing, I'm going to do those to the very best of my ability. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it in the correct energy. I'm going to do it out of love. I'm going to do it out of this godly positive energy because I want to see him succeed. Because I know if he succeed, I succeed. And if I succeed, our children succeed. I know he going to look out. I know it. And black women have forgotten how to do that. Other women remember. This is why y'all get mad at Vanessa Bryant's. The Vanessa Bryant's of the world. That's why y'all mad at them. That's why y'all celebrated Kobe's death. This woman's still holding his legacy down and he gone. She still has not disgraced him. I never recall her coming out when he had them allegations for grape put on him and stuff like that. And that was the big thing in the news. I never remember Vanessa coming out bad-mouthing her husband. Yeah, I'm going to divorce him. I don't never remember her doing that. As a matter of fact, I don't remember her coming out saying anything. So y'all get mad at them women. That's why y'all mad at black men going to other women, getting passports, looking for other women. Y'all was hoping that she divorced him, and she didn't. They went on to have a marriage. Truth be told, y'all mad at Nia Long for the same thing. She not legally married to him, but she been with him for 10 years. Y'all's mad that Nia didn't come out and talk crazy about M.A. Udoka. Y'all was mad at her about that. Y'all was waiting on Nia to hit the airwaves and talk crazy. Thank you, Shocks. Say, Cambridge, we know you watching, getting salty at every dollar I spend. Thank you, Shocks. That y'all mad at Nia. And then to get over it, she not even really married to him, no way. Okay. But she's still with him, that's still her man. He claimed her publicly. More than a lot of times what you get. Y'all be mad at women that don't invite y'all into their marriage and their business. When you think she should be leaving her marriage and leaving her man off some stuff that you would have left him for, that's you. That's why you ain't got no man right now. Yeah, I'm glad too. Gary said, I'm glad she didn't go on Basketball Wives. Yeah, Vanessa's not going to be seen with you heathens on Basketball Wives. Want to be associated with y'all heathens. I don't know how this thing go. Lionesses support through feminine energy. I'm going to support your vision. Give me something to do, I'm going to do it. Give me a way to support you, I'm going to support you. Teach me how to support you, and I'm going to do that. A lioness doesn't take it upon herself to do what she think he need her to do or should be doing to support. No. She asks. Whatever she can't intuit on her own, she asks, baby, what do you need from me? What do you need? What can I do for you? Support is service with a smile. That is the support that a lioness gives. That's how we employ hypergamy. That's the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce. What do you need me to do? Not what I think you need me to do or what you should be wanting me to do, so I'm just going to do it. Because you're going to mess it up. Now you problem solving for him, and he don't like that. He don't want it. It's turn off. He going to start resenting and getting mad. He going to start cutting you off and shutting down and detaching and all of this other stuff that y'all complain about. What do you need me to do? And he'll tell her. I told you, men tell women 3 things all the time. He tells her what to do to keep him. He tells her what to do to lose him. And he tells her how to love him. That is what men do. Men always do it. Every man do it. Every man that find himself in a relationship with a woman that he care about is going to tell her them three things. He's going to tell her what to do to keep him. He going to tell her what to do to lose him. And he going to tell her how to love him. Good or bad followership is whether or not you listened to him when he told you. Or did you hear what you wanted to hear and now you're doing what you want to do? And it's not getting you the outcome. You didn't listen when he said, this is how you love me. This is how I need to be loved. You didn't listen to that. You want to do, well, this is my love language. Ain't nobody asked you that. Because that's self-serving. You want to do it how you want to do it. He gonna tell you, this is what you do to keep me interested and keep me in this relationship with you. You didn't listen to that either. You did what your mama said you were supposed to do to keep a man in a relationship, and she ain't got now. Thank you, G Money, saying in my few years on this earth, I never thought I would have to explain why hyenas hate Latina women so much. They can keep finding themselves as we fly away. Exactly. And he's going to tell you what to do to lose me in this relationship. All the things he don't like. He going to tell you what he don't like. I don't like your mama always coming over here in our business. Bing, 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 bing. How to lose me. How to lose me. I don't like you hanging out with your friends every weekend and you don't pay no attention to me and the house. Bing, 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 bing. How to lose me. Thank you, Gary, said donation for that expensive mac and cheese. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you for your contribution. I'm not gonna keep y'all too much longer, right? This is about the end. Y'all gotta listen to what men are saying in these relationships. And when you a gynocrat, you don't. When you a lioness, you do. And it's as simple as that. Lionesses can hear it. Because we listening with our lioness ears. What is he saying? I don't like it when you do this thing or that thing. If you keep doing it, you're gonna lose him. He's gonna start losing interest. That's how to lose him. If he tell you, I love it when you do such and such, that's how to keep him. Do more of that. You know what, baby? I really appreciated it when you came through like that. That's the kind of support he wants. That's how he feel loved. Do that. Stop doing what you want to do, how you want to do it. And then getting mad that he didn't appreciate it. He can't appreciate stuff he don't value, or stuff he didn't ask you for in a relationship, or things he didn't want you to do. And that's why y'all be getting mad when y'all bring up, well, I did this and I did that, and he looked you dead in your eyeball on the side and asked you for that. Now you want to be shocked. I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to do none of that. You just did that. Anyway, I want to draw everybody's attention to our Black Lives Matter petition that we have against the Black Lives Matter organization for their theft and misappropriation of more than $100 million from the Black community. What we have going on is a 6-step initiative. Thank you, Kushinsi, that they want to be lazy in a relationship while we kill ourselves to keep the relationship. Exactly. And thank you so much. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. What we have here is our 6-step initiative. And what this initiative is really doing, right, is an attempt to address the needs of the Black community nationwide. It is an attempt to bridge the gap between what's happening in our communities and what needs to happen in our communities. We're very far behind the 8 ball. We have a lot of things going on in our communities that keep us on the back burner and keep us behind. What this initiative is an attempt to do is to make sure that we can address the needs of the Black community and connect it in every area of the 10 life values. You understand what I mean? Connect us in a practical way so that we can begin to thrive, to strive and to thrive and come out of this very survivalist mentality that we have that's really drowning us. This is what this is really about. Okay? Hopefully, this can help the men who have lost their lives and bring them some peace, and the families of these men who lost their lives, right? So we've already completed the first 2 steps, which was the milestone of the 10,000 signatures. Let's get that to 15,000. Our goal is 100,000. We've already done the press release, which is just one of many. We're going to release, we're going to have press releases as these steps get completed and as things need to be updated. We're definitely going to do that. And we are actively working on step 3, which is to essentially get a Black man who's going to be the spokesperson for this initiative. If you want to learn more about this initiative, I did create a video that's going into depth and detail so that you can get more information. But if you want to become part of holding Black Lives Matter accountable, please go ahead and click the link. It's in the chat. It's also in the description box. And sign the petition, please. Share it as well as contribute to it, okay? I want to thank everyone for their generous contributions through Super Chat, through PayPal, and through Cash App as well. I want to thank everyone for their participation. I see Rest in Faith in the chat. How are you, beloved? Hopefully you're doing well, and my prayers to you and your family, sweetheart. I also want to give a very warm thank you to my support team, without which we cannot bring you this wonderful content, much needed content that really helps us. I learn as well, right? I learn from it as well. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.